Hey guys, how's it going today? Shane here. Well, today I am in my yard. I'm not usually one to do a lot of videos in my yard just because I like to get outdoors, but today I promised my wife that I was going to make her some breakfast. And I'm not going to go hiking out 2 miles and bring back cold breakfast to the wife because that would just suck. So I am going to be using the Firebox stove. I'm going to use the 5-inch folding Firebox. Now you guys know that I have the Nano, and I really do enjoy that. I haven't found much that little stove cannot do, but I figured why not try out its big brother, right? So sit tight, let's see what kind of options that this stove have to offer us, and you know, I'm kind of excited about it. You guys know that I really like stoves, so this is fun, right? This is fun. All right, guys. Well, let's get started, shall we? Boom! You guys like that? Let me try that again. Boom! All right, guys. This is the 5-inch folding Firebox from Firebox Stoves. This is going to be my first impression and first burn video. You guys know how much I love stoves, so going through this stove shouldn't obviously be too difficult, but it's a pretty nice case. Really nice D-ring on there. Let's check it out. Alright guys, so here is the folding Firebox stove. I'm going to open her up. I'm going to take out the meat and potatoes. I'm going to take out the stove. I'll show you guys these other options in a little while. First and foremost is the folding Firebox stove. This thing is awesome. I like how these fire sticks actually hold the wind screened up. Now, if you guys had this little wind damper screen here, if it was dirty, this whole inside would be dirty here. Cool thing is that closes up, so it's always the clean side out. Really nice. I like how these things have these little rivets on them here, so that when you put that in there, it does lock in there, and this thing's not coming apart at all. So, pull the fire sticks out. Okay. Now, this isn't going to come off. The way that this thing is made, it's not going to come off. It is made to come off. Once you start to open it up, okay, this will pop off. But I want to show you guys to grab a hold of it here by the windscreen. And when you pop it open, whole stove goes together like that. That is really cool. And of course, you put this, well, there's two options for this, depending on what fuel you're going to use. One option is if you're going to use your Esbit, you can just go ahead and put this in here like that. Okay, and you can actually use Esbit fuel on top of here, or slide it right down here in the bottom, and that is your catch pan for all of your ashes. Now, a really cool thing about that being a catch pan, and these are like the handiest little tools I've ever seen come with a stove. But you can grab a hold of it right back here by the hooks. I'll show you guys once I pull them out here. See that? And then you can, if it was full, you know, with ashes, you could actually grab a hold of it and dump them. So these are really, really cool. Alright, a couple other things that I want to show you guys before I start using this to cook. You see these here, okay, and you can see these other gaps here. These diamonds and these diamonds are offset by 1/2 inch, okay, so you have technically 6 different positions, which you're covering the whole area of the stove from here to here, okay, that you have an option for your actual height of where you want to hold a pot, or if you want to use this bad boy right here, you can put these in here, put this down flat, and you can put charcoal underneath it, you can put wood tablets underneath it. The sky's really the limit. It's not even the limit, it can go farther than that when it comes to finding in the right position. Now, for Trangia, see these little guys right here, these top little, they're the smallest holes on the top option there. You can put those together like so, and the width is perfect to hold your Trangia burner down there inside. Now, I did take some pictures I'll be showing towards the end of the video about different pot sizes and stuff like that this will work with, and actually different stove options that this will work with. So stay tuned towards the end of the video to check that out. Let's fill this bad boy up and get it started. Now, I'm gonna pre-fill this up. Okay, I'm gonna preload it, and then obviously as I'm cooking, I'm going to probably add more fuel to it, but I want to do a preload first just to check it out. And first things first is I've got to get some tea made because I'm needing it. There's a lot of different options that you can use when you're doing this. Okay, you can cut your wood and I'll stack it in there all nice and pretty and neat. I don't want to do that for this one. I just want to throw the wood in there and let it burn. And I am going to be starting the fire from the top, and I'm also going to be using one of Bob 808 Knight's egg drop fire starters, as I call them. So, man, this thing can hold a lot of wood. I don't know if I'm going to even need to be refilling it, but we'll see. I like to feed the wood stoves, so I would like to use some of it up, but who knows? We'll see. Good Lord, this stove can hold a lot of wood. Goodness. Wow. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to put just a little bit of a hole right there. I went ahead and put this boil plate on. I put the fire sticks at the highest position here, so that way I'll be able to fit my Stanley pot right in there like so. I do have it preloaded, or else I could probably put the Stanley pot at any one of those positions that I would prefer. But since I have it preloaded, this is going to be the best option for me. I got one of Bob 808 Knight's egg drop fire starters here. I'm going to light up and drop in there. Oops, I put it out. Did I put it out? Oh, Lord, no, I did not. That thing is burning. That sucker is burning, Lord. Okay, so I'm gonna get some water going. I'm gonna get some tea made. I'll move this in a little bit so you guys can see the flame. Look at that. These things are just great little fire starters. And all. I'm just getting a brew of tea on, so really looking forward to the tea. Alright guys, while I've got my tea over here going, I'm gonna go ahead and start prepping some of the food that I'm gonna be making for breakfast. Cut up some potatoes. That's right, I'm at home, so the glorious thing is I can use my cutting board from home, not my backpacking cutting board, which really doesn't matter either way, but I did bring some aluminum foil here so I could set my food right on top of it over here and still continue to prep. One potato. And I don't know if you guys can hear that, but the time it took me to cut up 2 potatoes, that water is already at a super rapid boil. Wow, way faster than I expected. I'm gonna put this right over here on the side. Okay, I'm gonna grab this cook pot. Also over here, and I'm gonna take my other fire sticks that came with my kit. Show you guys how you do this. You can just reach in and grab that bad boy right there and pop it out. Done. Pretty sweet, huh? I'm gonna go ahead and put this right on top of that. That's all I need. I don't even need to have these guys in here anymore either. That was probably one of the handiest ways I have ever taken an actual dismantled a section of a stove from one option to the other. So that's really, really cool for me. Alright, while that's heating up, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of vegetable oil to it. Okay. Let that vegetable oil get nice and hot. In the meantime, I'm going to cut up some onion. That oil got hot way fast. I'm going to go ahead and throw in my potatoes. Now, I don't like, and my wife doesn't like, our onions too very chopped up when it comes to our potatoes or brine. We like onions, so some people don't, some people do. I'm not going to chop my onions up very well. So I'm going to add some onion. Oh yes. And last but not least, half of a red pepper. Salt and pepper. So I'm adding some wood in here that isn't exactly all completely dry. It's a little damp. But that's a glorious thing about the design of this stove is it stays so hot on the inside, and the coals that are down here on the bottom before they actually ash out into the pan, they stay so hot. Now you see the wood I just threw in there, it's already ignited. Okay? That's pretty awesome. A lot of people prefer to use an open campfire, which is really, it's a good, you know, I prefer to use an open fire if I could in some areas, but using a stove for me is just so much more convenient. It really is. Alright guys, well, I don't have the cover on the stove, or on my pot. I don't have a cover for this pot, but I have an aluminum foil makeshift cover that I could use. I don't have it on here for a reason, because this Firebox stove good Lord, it gets very, very hot. In fact, I fear that if I was to cover this up, I might burn my potatoes because they're just about on the point of being done now. But for those guys who think that all these wood stoves cook the same, you obviously have not tried the Firebox, because this stove is actually blowing me away for how hot it gets. It's very impressive. Alright, potatoes are done. I'm going to put them here in some aluminum foil, so that way they stay nice and toasty for me. I'm going to cover them up real good. I'm going to throw some more wood on here. I don't think I really need to, but I'm going to anyway. Look at that fire just going. It is cooking away. Wow, it's going. Next up, bacon. I always do that with these things. Alright, got some potatoes O'Brien, some eggs over medium the way my wife prefers it, and some bacon. I'm going to go get her plate to her, because I'm sure she is hungry. Now that my eggs are done, I just went ahead and threw the rest of the potatoes and the bacon right in the pot, and that's going to be my breakfast. Did you hear my stomach just growl? Maybe it did, I don't know, maybe it didn't, but looks like a really good breakfast. But one thing I want to try is let this fire die down a little bit here. So I want to put some toast up on top of it. So, oh great, here go the dogs. So when that burns down a little bit, I'm going to try to make some toast. I only got one twig in there burning. The rest are coals. Should be done in just a moment. Alright, flames are gone. I'm going to put that up there. Toast some bread. Holy crap. Look at that. I'm going to keep it at real time this time and see how long it really takes, because that was obscene. It toasted that bread so fast. Holy crap. That really surprises me. Look at that. You see that? That bread is toasted. That's cool. Alright guys, well, per tradition, here goes the first bite roll. This is amazing, by the way, how fast I cooked the toast. But, oh man, some of these potatoes here. I'm making more toast over here. Okay. Food is great. Of course, but I know what bacon and eggs taste like. And potatoes O'Brien. I kept quiet through most of the video because I was really just trying to see how the stove performed, how the stove worked for me. One thing I have to admit right away is that this stove burns extremely, extremely hot. Way hotter than I anticipated. 2, the options. The fact that you've got a lot of different options for your stoves, as far as different positions for your flame height. The fact that you can use charcoal, the fact that you can use those little wood pellets, the fact that you can use just about any stove. I'm sure you could probably even finagle an actual little gas bottle in there and put a stove in top of it and use it as a windscreen. I mean, I think that the stove is extremely handy. And versatile. Now, this is just my first impression video only. Of course, there'll be more videos to come down the road where I'll really be putting it to good use. I think that I got it put to a lot of good use today. The fact that I did make some tea, that I did make potatoes O'Brien, I made bacon, I made eggs, and I actually made toast. My first impressions on the stove is I really do enjoy it. I like it. It did not let me down from the way that it was put together. The ease of opening and putting it together, that was really well done. When I say about how well it was put together, I'm talking about the actual manufacturing of the stove. It's done flawless. Okay, now you guys have seen my Firebox Nano. That stove is so smooth to the touch. Okay, and this stove is exactly the same way. It's very impressive. They put a lot of thought into it, and I like it. Will it get more use? Definitely. One thing I do want to comment on is these guys right here. They are so versatile, it is ridiculous. You can actually even use these to pick up, I don't have a pot out here right now with a bail on it, but it is possible. Really cool. They put a lot of thought into this stove, guys. It's definitely worth checking out. It's worth using. I don't think that you would be disappointed owning the stove at all. Coming from my perspective, somebody who uses a lot of stoves, I can tell you right now that not all stoves are created the same. This right here is a prime example. Okay, you can use other stoves that are similar, but I have yet to date used a stove, okay, that burned that hot. That was incredible. Absolutely incredible. So, yeah, it still kind of blows me away a little bit. Now, granted, the Firebox Nano does burn extremely hot, especially for its size. But when you get into having a stove this size, it was very impressive. So, to close on this, I enjoyed it a lot. Best part is, it's feeding me. So, let's break it down and get cleaned up and get out of here. I know I'm in my yard and all, but I still got some stuff to do today. And I'm going to see how the wife enjoyed her food. So guys, thanks for coming along with me and taking a look at this first impressions video of the folding firebox. This is the 5-inch folding firebox. I'm impressed with it, guys. I really am. And like I said before, you know how much I like stoves, so I would think that would speak for itself. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Take care. See you guys out on the trail. I can't believe how well it made my toast. I'm supposed to be on a diet. I'm supposed to be on a diet, like I said. Well,